Thank you. My name is Ronald Burks. I'm currently a freshman at the University of Louisville. I'm an English major. It's actually really nice that I get to talk to you all today. It's kind of like one of my bucket list items to give a speech in front of a bunch of people. School was always something that I kind of struggled with. I never lacked the intelligence, and it's always been the complete opposite. I was always a little more intelligent than what I needed to be, and the courses, they bored me. This led to me declining to participate in class. I never really wanted to take the time to do things that came off as elementary or meaningless to me, so I never participated in class assignments. I never really did the work. I never studied or anything like that. And my test scores, they didn't suffer. My test scores were always great, but my grades were horrible. I had A+ intelligence and a D- work ethic. I never really thought about how doing bad my freshman and sophomore year would impact the rest of my life and the rest of my educational career. I thought, hey, you know, it's just the first 2 years of school, who really looks at that? It wasn't until my school, they introduced an increased number of AP classes that I really started to take school serious and become a better student. Before my junior year, I had very little experience in AP courses. I'd taken one my freshman year and one my sophomore year, but neither of them really carried enough of a workload for me to tighten up and to set the ship straight and do better in school. Going into my third year of school, I was Valley introduced the AP program and an increased number of AP classes. I was placed in these classes, and at first I was very skeptical of it. I'd never shown promise as a student. I'd never performed well in class, so why was I being put in this program with the top minds in the school? I'd gotten so used to being able to show up to class and sit around and still do good on the test that when I really had to try and work hard to do good on the test and to comprehend the course material, I didn't like it. I approached the people in charge at my school, and I requested, out of the class, I cited my grades as evidence, that I'm not on par to be with these students. I don't belong here. I wanted out. It was then that I learned the reasoning behind including me in these courses. It wasn't because of my participation in classes, because I'd always scored well in standardized testing. I'd always tested high. The administrative staff believed that I and also a handful of other students deserved a chance to show that we could do the work, that we were just as good as the top minds in the school, that worked harder than us, that did their work in class, that we were just as intelligent as them. This is the chance that I'm very grateful to have been given. In the 4 years I spent at Valley as a student, I took a total of 8 AP courses, 6 of which I took in the final 2 years of my tenure. These classes included AP US History, AP World Civilizations, AP Biology, AP Human Geography, AP Lit and Lang, AP Calculus, and AP US Government. The learning styles were always different in the classes. In AP Lit and Lang, we were required to analyze text, write in-depth analysis, and work through that. But in classes such as biology and history, it was much like college seminars. We'd sit back, we'd take notes, we'd study our notes, and we'd take tests from those. No matter what the learning style of the class, all of them provided me with very valuable knowledge and valuable information that I still use to this day. You may be wondering what classes such as biology or calculus, what they have to offer for somebody that's going to be an English major, to get a degree in English. What I took from these classes, it ranges far beyond just textbook knowledge and things that I'm going to use in a classroom. It's taught me some of the most valuable skills that I have today as a college student, such as time management. Life as a college student can be hectic. Between 15 credit hours of classes and working 25+ hours a week at a third shift job, I often find myself with very little time for a social life. Due to the time management skills that I learned in high school, however, studying for exams, doing homework, being on time for class, none of that seems to be a problem for me. This luxury is not available for all college students, though. I was sitting in my justice administration class one day, and I noticed a student next to me rushing to finish his homework for this class. We're required to do a quiz at home and answer a critical thinking question. Well, I asked him, why are you just now finding time to do your homework for this class? It's been a whole week. He looks at me through sleepless eyes and asked me how I managed to keep up with all my work, how I managed to stay caught up in all my classes. I asked him if he'd ever taken any AP courses in high school, and he told me no. The courses that he took in high school were very, very meaningless. You know, they were cut and dry high school classes. They didn't prepare them for the workload or the shift in curriculum that comes with being a college student. Time management's not the only method that I use that I learned from AP courses. I also use study habits that I gained from AP courses. These aren't far-fetched or experimental study habits. They're very basic things like keeping a well-organized notebook, or instead of trying to cram at the last second and learn everything I need to know for a test on the last day, it's inspiring myself to study instead of waiting for motivation to come from somewhere else, and studying throughout the course of a grading period instead of trying to cram at the very end. These things were vital for me to keep up with all my assignments and AP classes in high school, and they've transferred very well into helping me stay as a hardworking student in college. The curriculum of AP classes also helped me very much when it came time to go to college. Currently I'm enrolled in English 102, which is a sophomore English class. The material we're covering in this course, it pales in comparison to what I did in my senior year of high school. The difficulty of the required essays are also nothing compared to what I did in my senior year. Most of them would be considered warm-up exercises compared to some of the literary analysis that I did my senior year of high school. I was also better prepared for the teaching styles that came with being in college. My history and biology classes, I spent a lot of time writing lecture notes, and most of my classes now are spent in lecture halls where there's no time to raise your hand and ask the teacher to stop, go back, can you repeat that? You've got to be able to keep up with what he or she is saying and get those notes so that way you can study and do the test on your own time. AP courses in high school, they really prepared me for that. Overall, taking AP courses, they prepared me for college. They prepared me to be successful right away. It's preventing me from getting off to a sluggish start and having to work hard to catch up like I did in high school. The decision to pursue a college education is not something that I decided on early in life. I didn't really come from an educated background. No one else in my family had ever graduated high school. There's no one else in college. So, you know, I watched my family struggle as I grew. And as my high school career progressed, it wasn't until I got my ACT scores back and I scored substantially well that I decided, hey, you know, maybe this college thing's for me and maybe I should go to college. At the end of my sophomore year of high school, my cumulative GPA was a 1.1. Pretty bad, I know. If I had remained in regular high school courses, it probably never would have came up much. AP courses helped me get into college in many ways. The added weight of having a good grade in those courses, they helped me boost my GPA to a respectable 3.0 by the time I graduated. The credibility of taking such high-level courses and doing well in them, college admissions boards, they really take notice of that. They really, you know, this guy, he took high-level courses and he did good. Maybe he does deserve a shot at this university. Most importantly, they gave me the motivation to become a better student, to work hard, to become better for myself. That way I could pursue an education at the next level. Now that I'm studying at the University of Louisville, I'm grateful for the opportunity to have taken AP classes in high school. They prepared me for higher level education in more ways than I can ever imagine. Being a part of the AP program taught me more than just textbook information. It provided me with valuable life skills that have helped me to mature into the hardworking individual that I am today, both in and out of the classroom. Without AP classes, my life would be completely different than it is today. I probably would have never got it together. I would have remained a bad student and slacked off in school, and I'd probably just be another statistic of a high school dropout. Someone gave me a chance. They believed in me. They gave me the chance to show them that I could do whatever I set my mind to if I wanted to. And this is a chance that I believe students everywhere should be exposed to. Thank you.